attorney.
Okay, welcome back. We are recording. Very good, very good. Let's continue. Let's take out a Tomikuchi and then see what's going on. Meeting a heart-throbbing figure. Fortune bad. Oof. Business great prosperity. Bad luck but good money. And we meet someone exciting. Well, we're about to meet Caren, I assume. Okay. Good luck. Thank you. Okay. Cool. Let's continue. Yeah, I don't think we have anyone else except Caren left to meet, which is scary. But afterwards we should have other stuff. I have no idea, like let me just go back to the main menu for a second. Like, obviously we are at a point where we're still only 83% through the game, so it would make sense that there's a lot more, but the chapter name 6/Angramainu would suggest finale-esque stuff, and also we only have one event, which is Caren, and it's an exclamation point, which is scary. So I'm like, are we at the finale? Is the only things that are left, do they also account for completion percent, the eclipse and the Toraburu journal, and maybe Ilias Castle too? Do they count towards, and maybe the Emma as well, which I haven't bought? Do they also count towards? Actually, we can check with the Emma right now. So we are at 33.2%. If I buy all the Emma, what are we gonna... Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't, because I haven't seen some of these. I forget which ones I have bought. Unless I pull up a video from like way before. Let me do that actually real quick. Okay, I found an image. Let's use this. The leftmost one we have bought, and we were at 33.8. We can just skip through these. Then it's 1, 2, this one we have bought before. Then it's 3 down from that. We have bought all of those. There we go. Then it's the second here. Very cute. Then it's on that row. One back, and then those two, yeah. Now we're only at 50k, so we could buy, I think it's this one, yeah, 50,000 yen. It's this one. Very cute, yeah, Sakura dress, love that. One to the right of that one. Right, we had seen Saber in a priest outfit there, yeah, okay. That's what I kind of thought, that we had seen it somewhere before. Then it's up one space, and then these 3, yeah. Cute. Caren, yeah. We'll learn of her name there first. Maybe we shouldn't have. Okay, so 83.2. Let's see if that increased the... let me also put that back there so I can see. There we go. Did that increase? No, it did not. Okay, so the Emmas at the very least do not count. I'm not gonna do the eclipse stuff here, because I think I've already done the one. I already did, like, in part, I don't know, 30 or something. Well, okay. At least we tested that out. Let's open a cold one. And let's get to talking to Caren. Is she only available on the 8th? Morning of 8th? Maybe. I guess so, yeah. Interesting that we can only meet her at the very beginning of the game. Or, beginning of the loop. Is she busy doing other stuff in the other days? Maybe. Okay. And tonight it is. Call it a day. Final night, restart. Alright, Caren, here we come. Church. No signs of people in the plaza. The house of God stands quiet. No visitors in sight. So we know that she should be staying like either probably there in that room. Yes, that was the one window that was lit up during the night. This place stands far away from the world. Further still from heaven. A place of confession for the lost. That's kind of fun. This is supposed to be a place to connect to God, but it's even further from heaven. A girl unknown to me is waiting at the church, right, because it's a new run. Whether it is the first time or the last, it has no meaning here. Ooh, that's a line. She is something that never existed to begin with. She is everywhere and nowhere, just like him. Oh boy. The flow of time is irrelevant here. If I'm not mistaken, I am visiting this place for the, let's say, 100 millionth and first time. Ah, yes. Okay, cool. So we're gonna come here later again, multiple times. We're gonna do. I feel like this is where we're going with this. Now that I see this first time, we're gonna do the thing where we're gonna visit it the first time, next time, second time, or 10th, 100th time, and it's like that movie Edge of Tomorrow or the manga All You Need Is Kill, where we'll slowly learn to visit somebody, and over time, yeah, we're gonna make it so like. Yeah, you think this is your first time? Oh, you think this is your 100th time? Okay, cool. Let's see how much you've learned this time. We're gonna do that kind of thing where Caren is gonna lecture us each time based on how much knowledge we have of previous runs and things she's taught us. Okay. At least that's what I think where we are going. Ooh, static. Yeah. Static implying, probably not true. Probably not the first time. I've got a lot to ask her about. I don't know anything about the person I'm about to meet. All I know is her name and the tense atmosphere that surrounded her. Ooh. Caren Hortensia. The sound of that name is like a delicate piece of glasswork, reminiscent of her figure. I mean, yeah, isn't the word Caren literally the word for delicate or like something like that? Obviously, if you break it down to kanji, it's like Ka is short for Kaen, which is flame, and I forget what Ren means. That's such a multifaceted word. Maybe that's also related to fire. I'm not sure what kanji they are using, but oh, that's cool. Blinding lights. The organ pipes, or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Holy shit, what an entrance. In Fate's Day Night, we got Yorgo Beshon, and in Hollow Ataraxia, we got a whole ass cinematic intro with Caren playing the organs. I opened the door. Also some weird ass statue there. The sunlight from the windows on the ceiling whites out my vision, blinding me, yeah. An uninhabited chapel. There. I can see a nun affectionately playing a melody on the organ. Indeed. Did she not notice my arrival? She does not pause in her performance, nor play a single wrong note. Damn. Without rising to greet her visitor, the woman remains dutifully at her task. Oh boy, what are we about to get ourselves into? Ah, the blinding lights. A slight dizziness comes over me. Yeah, this seems like a great prologue to the finale. Is it because of the high ceiling? Ah, the music of the organ reverberates throughout the chapel, filling the space with sound. Yeah, there's something to be said about organs in this kind of a tense atmosphere. It makes everything feel so much more grand than they actually is, and so much more important. I was about to walk up to the organ, but then had a sudden change of heart. Okay. I sit down in the very back of the rows of pews. It will be over soon anyway. It doesn't seem like it's one of those performances that lasts for hours. I can just wait for it to end. Please take this white screen away. Thank you. Oh, big majestic organs. The tedium of the piece dulls my ability to think, yeah. It's so peaceful, it's making me sleepy. As I sit there, dozing off, I surrender myself to the music, worked by the woman's fingers. It's almost like magic, isn't it? Except, well, I guess the exact opposite, because it's from the church. But it has a certain spell to it. Yeah. Almost hypnotic. It's just an ordinary hymn. Nothing noteworthy about it. Well, there's nothing special about her fingerwork, nor is her performance imbued with any emotion. She simply plays. It's as if she's performing a daily chore. This performance, it's as though she's praying. Ooh. Okay, Shiro, under the spell already. So this is what those who come to worship are so touched by. Yeah, maybe. The house of God, built by the hands of men. And a song of glory in His name, written by a pen held in a human hand. It would be really cool if one of the Fate games actually brought out God, because obviously we've been like hinting about devils, and we know there's supernatural stuff in the world. Obviously. So it's like, if people still in this world of magic fervently believe in God, and it's even connected to the world of magic, then obviously it only makes sense that gods do exist. Obviously we know from Fate Grand Order that, gods in of the old existed, but like, does the actual Christianity religion God exist? We know from Fate Extra, I think, another one, or Yeah, and we know from Fate. Well, I guess even in this game, technically Ryder is a goddess, but not really a god level god. But yeah, in FGO there's a couple technical gods, even possessing a very familiar body. But it would be really cool to actually get the god of Christianity, but probably not gonna happen. The men of centuries past must have endeavored to express something sacred by way of performances like this. Yeah. In order to believe and to make others believe as well, they gathered to create these spaces so far removed from those familiar in daily life. Yeah, it's definitely intentionally hallow, not hollow, hallow, and sacred. A more cleansed feeling of a place, abnormal and so removed from daily the norm. It definitely evokes something. Even if you don't believe in God, it definitely evokes something. The cornerstone of a shared illusion. Okay, Shiro. The crystallization of prayer for tranquility and forgiveness of daily trespasses. From that point of view, this place could be called an appropriate boundary for the eyes of God to rest upon. Ooh, boundary, huh? Okay. Boundaries were a thing in Garden of Sinners. Boundary could be indicative of the root. Okay. Even non-believers should be able to feel a divine presence in here. Well, maybe not, like I said, maybe not divine, but definitely something. It definitely evokes something in you. However, I'm afraid I feel nothing holy in this place. Yeah. Atrocities were committed in the basement of this place. Well, even in the ground zero here as well, on the ground floor. But that's something you don't know about. That's something only Kire and Gilgamesh know about. Well, I guess maybe Rin too. Not sure. The image it brings to mind is that of a ruin, nothing more. What can I compare it to but a wasteland, devoid of human life? Yeah, it's a weird thing because church places like this, definitely they give off an aura, and it's definitely like removed from the normal human, so it doesn't feel human-like. In a similar sense, I even though these are very different things, I could liken it to something like the uncanniness of AI trying to mimic human-like emotion. It just feels so weird, just devoid of human, but trying to be something.
飽きそう。
I prop my head up with both hands and remain seated, waiting in a daze for the hymn to end. God and ruins, huh? That's something. The only other ruins we know of in this game are in the Ilia forest. Well, whichever it may be, both of them are hollow. Ayy, roll credits. The performance that grated on my ears is over. Oh boy. Karen in her priestly outfit. The woman rises from the bench and the pipe organ disappears from the chapel. Our first proper look in a non-dangerous place. In her duty clothes, in her work clothing. That's right. This church never had such an exquisite organ in it in the first place. I don't know what you're talking about. The first time we came in here in Fate's Day Night, the organs were playing so loudly in the background. Although, yeah, I know, it was just background music, but oh my god, they were so loud, I remember. It was just, like, the very first time you come in here in Stay Night, it's like 50 minutes of Kirei yapping, expositing nonsense to you about the Holy Grail War and the mages and all that stuff, all the while organs are playing very hypnotic music in the background. It's like, woo, it definitely leaves you in a daze after you finish that scene. It's probably something she had brought here. A woman with the ability to bring something that huge and make it disappear. That was scary. As I read the word disappear, she disappears. What the hell? To bring something that huge and make it disappear is right up there with Castor in terms of mysteriousness. Shimpy. Not at all surprised by my presence, she walks briskly towards the pew where I sit. Don't tell me it's like the first row here, which is where Rin's dad was seated. I thought she hadn't noticed me, but it looks like she knew all along that I was here.
ようこそ、エミヤシロ。
Hello.
見ての通りの廃屋ですが、できる限り歓迎します。
Uh-huh. Oh, interesting. Okay, she has bandages on her arms.
確か、そう。喉が渇いているのなら、何か用意をしてあげますが。
Let me see. What was the human response here? Ah, yes. Drink?
結構。別にお茶を飲みに来たわけじゃない。
そうですか。他に歓迎の作法を知らないので、必要なものがあれば言ってください。
Sure. She's acting almost as if her feelings have been hurt. Damn. This girl. She said she was welcoming me, but is this her first time greeting a visitor?
では、挨拶から始めましょう。
Mm-hmm.
あなたがセイバーのマスターであることは承知していますから、あなたの素性を語る必要はありません。
Okay.
あなたはどうですか？私が名乗る必要はありますか？
I think Shiro remembers.
いや、それも結構。名前ならもう知ってる。聞きたいことだけ聞いたら帰るから、自己紹介はしなくていい。
I love how blunt and curt Shiro is here. Like, even though we kinda established that she was not a full-on enemy, Shiro is still just like, ew, I don't like you. Oh, surprised. I answer her concisely, yeah. Perhaps she is surprised by something as our conversation suddenly stops.
あのさ、俺から話をしていいのか？
Shiro taking control of the conversation. I didn't expect that.
ええ。質問があるのでしたらどうぞ。私はあなたに聞くべきことはありません。
Unlucky.
いえ。一つできましたが、それはどうでもいいことです。
I do have one now. Oh, maybe regarding on Shiro's attitude towards her? Or how manyth time is it that we have met? Maybe that is the question.
あっそ。 ならさっさと済ませよう。疑問の引き伸ばしはもうたくさんだ。
Yeah. Provide us with answers. There are 3 things I intend to ask. Okay. I start with the first. I mean, there are probably more than 3, but right now Shiro can only think of 3 or remember. So let's start with those and then later come back for more.
それじゃ1つ目。
Mm-hmm.
カレンって言ったな。あんたは何者なんだ？
Ah, a simple one.
どこから何の目的で冬木にやってきたんだよ。ただの観光客だなんて言い訳は通らないぜ。
Let me see. Let me try to answer these questions to the best of my ability as far as I understand the game. She's Caren Hortensia. She came here from the Holy Church. She's not part of the same 8 sacrament that Kirei was part of, the executioners, but she's still, part of the Holy Church. She came here to take over the duties of Kirei, to look over the city of Fuyuki in behalf of the Holy Church. And I'm not sure if her task originally included anything about the restarted Holy Grail War, or if that's something that came to her as a surprise when she arrived here. I think that's where I'm at. Yeah, I think her goal was initially to just, look over this land, but things happened. But it may be that she already knew about the Holy Grail War restarting when she came here.
私はこの教会の公認代理です。
Mhm.
本来、私程度では教会を任されることはないのですが、今回に限り、期限付きでこの教会を任されました。
Okay. Someone of my level, huh?
あなたたち魔術師から見た敵側の代行者といえばわかりますか？
Sure.
代行者って教会の実践部隊とかいうやつか。異端、魔術師を一方的に糾弾して処理するっていう殺し屋？
Part of the church's army? That's such a funny sentence. What do you mean? Church has an army, but yeah, we know. Executioners, and most of them are heretic hunters.
いいえ、表向きの意味での代行です。私には代行者ほどの能力はありません。
Okay, I guess I was wrong. She is technically part of the executors, but in a more of a name-only sense. Okay.
この教会の前任は優れた代行者だったそうですが、
Oh, hell yeah.
私には異端を断罪する権限も実力もない。
Okay.
私は教会の命を受け、この町の調査をしに来ただけの見習いです。
There we go. Okay. Assuming that's the truth.
見習いね。何？そんなのにお使いをさせるなんて、教会ってのは人手不足なのか？
Well, it was only meant to be temporary, so assuming the church doesn't know about the restarted Holy Grail War, I guess it only makes sense to send an apprentice to this backwaters land where, the big threat is now gone and there should be nothing happening here in a technical sense.
そりゃお使いの内容にもよるけどさ、見てくるだけなら犬でもでき。
Shiro, why are you so fucking toxic towards her? What the hell?
適材適所ということです。私は確かに1階の修道女ですが、適任であるから派遣されたのです。
Basically saying, yeah, I am that dog. What of it?
私に与えられた仕事は、再び観測された聖杯の調査。
Okay, the church does know and it is included in her missions. Why the fuck did they send just an apprentice then? I mean, I guess they judged that Karen's abilities were appropriate, so I guess they did their work right and sent the correct person here. Huh? Okay.
第5次聖杯戦争において消滅した聖杯の有無を体を持って確認する。 誰にでもできるということではありません。
Okay.
OK。見習いは見習いでも見込みのある見習いってことね。
Let's go with that, yeah.
納得いったんで手を離してくんない？
Oh, she's holding Shiro's hand.
あなたの口ぶりは勘に触りますが、
Aww.
疑いがないのはいいことです。
Aww.
いいでしょう。許します。
You shall be forgiven. Damn. I like the relationship already. She quickly lowers her hands and takes a step back. But yeah, what the hell? Shiro is being very uncharacteristic of himself here. So much more blunt. Like, obviously there are times when Shiro is just focused on one thing and can be, like, considered rude towards even Rin or Saber. But that's just because he has a good plan to go about things the way he wants. But here he's just questioning and almost berating Caren and just being full on rude. I guess it has to do with the fact that this is the church and the church is not many fond memories here for Shiro, and it was the place where Kirei was before, so yeah. I guess. That really came out of the blue. Yeah, kinda. The woman with nary an expression on her face just walked right up to me and used both hands to squeeze my face. Oh, your face. That's funny. Had I continued to make fun of her in that position, I dare say she might have headbutted me. Holy.
聖杯が観測された。まあ、そのあたりは教会のやることだからな。いちいち聞かないぜ。
Sure. Even though I personally would like a deep dive into both the Holy Church and the Clock Tower or Mages Association. I mean, I doubt we're gonna get those anytime soon, or in these games. Maybe more Mages Association or Clock Tower stuff we would get in Rail Zeppelin, the Lord El Meloy second show.
問題は教会があんたを派遣したってことだ。派遣する以上、聖杯がもう一度出てきたって確証があってのことだよな。で、聖杯だけど、あんたはもう見つけたのか？
Ooh, good question.
聖杯らしきものが機能していることは確認しましたが、確保はできていません。
Not able to secure it is curious. As far as we have known, the Grail has always been, well, not always, but in the 4th and 5th Holy Grail Wars, it has been the Ainsburn's body. But, now that it's no longer that, where is it now? I mean, one could make a guess that it's in the cavern below. Maybe it's in the Waku Waku Splash.
私に与えられた役割は調査ですから。これ以上のことは私の部を超えています。
Task is only to investigate.
それじゃあ、聖杯を奪取してどうこうしようって気はないのか。
I mean, much like with Kirei, as long as they can confirm that it's not the one belonging to the Son of God, then it's probably fine to not take it with them.
なんだ、聖杯があるかないかの調査って言うんなら、目的はもう果たしてるってこと？
ここに派遣された任務は果たしています。
Okay.
ですが、形式上とはいえ、私はこの教会の代行を任されました。
Right. So you still need to stay in the city and, just be.
冬季の町が異常であるのなら、 これを解決しなければなりません。
I don't think that's part of the church's responsibilities, but I guess as a good Samaritan, you could phrase it like that, sure.
矛盾してんな。
No, not really. I mean, if there's anyone who you'd expect to do good deeds, it's those who are fervent in their beliefs and want to go to heaven.
聖杯を確保する気はないけど、聖杯が起こしている問題は解決したいってこと。
Yeah?
あなたほどではありません。
I mean, I think Shiro has a fair reason for wanting to do it because he has knowledge that he will die if he does not resolve the issue.
断っておきますが、今回は2つの役職が重なった結果です。
Two roles.
聖杯の調査とこの町の司祭代行。
Right.
任された以上は両立しなくてはなりません。
へえ、あんたの意思じゃなく仕事ってわけね。それで俺を呼びつけたってことか。いいね。ビジネスライクは大いに結構。安っぽい正義感より何倍もいい。
Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much our first question answered in a pretty satisfying manner. We know why she's here and what she's doing and what her goals are, but the next question we should ask is probably how? How did you know to call up us, or how do you know about the resetting? How do you know about the looping? How do you know?
で、聖杯はどこにあるんだ？場所知ってるんだろ？
So my first guess is actually beneath Ryudo Temple in the caverns. The Waku Splash was just a meme guess, but I guess I'll keep it there just in case because it's owned by Gil, and you know you can't trust that bitch. I shouldn't say bitch. Obviously, there's the back mountain where the corpses do appear. There's always, of course, Ilya. What else is there? The moon. Yeah, sure. Let's go with the moon. And I guess the highest tower, highest building in Shinto, and the bridge. Those are all key locations. What other places in Fuyuki had the ley lines? Was Rin's house one of them? I mean, I doubt it's there, but you know. Then I guess this church is one place because you know the game kind of opened here with the Caren, Bazet scene with still a mysterious appearance of Rin and Sakura, which were not Rin and Sakura. Then there's the abandoned house, which is the home base of Avenger and Bazet. Avenger being very suspect. Other than those, I don't think. I mean, I guess I'll throw Emiya household in there as well, and Homura Hara school building. But that's pretty much every location already. I don't think it's gonna be in the harbor. I don't think it's gonna be in the park near the bridge. I don't think it's gonna be in the shopping mall or shopping street. Yeah. Okay.
その弦には横島なものが感じられます。あなたには教えません。
Your attitude sucks. I'm not telling you. Wow. She turns away from me. Damn. Okay. Looks like she isn't impressed.
別にいいけど。
What do you mean, whatever? That's one of the most important things.
じゃあ、二つ目の質問な。
Okay, number 2.
あの怪物は何なんだ？また聖杯が出てきたことと町の異常とあの怪物たちは関係あるんだろう？
I guess so, yeah.
それは言えません。約束がありますから。それに 私が教えてはあなたの誇りを汚してしまう。
Oh. Why did we make the promise? You make the promise with Archer? Huh. Well, I really don't value my pride that much. Besides, my pride would already be hurt the moment I asked the question. In other words, I'm prepared to cheat if that's what it takes to get full marks at A.M.
不愉快そうですね。力ずくで聞き出しますか？
だからあんたには興味ないって言ってるだろ。力ずくなんて言ったらほら。
Like I want to violate her out of anger and hatred. Oof.
いいよ、無理には聞かない。
Oh, okay, I guess we're not getting answers this time to those questions.
けど、あれは何なんだよ。あんたさ、体からあの怪物を出してなかった？
So it was made to seem like... Oh, she's blushing! I don't know about it, but it must have happened at least once. Come to think of it, something's up with her. Oh, you really think so? She's not scared of the monsters. She gets hurt for no apparent reason, and she even makes monsters appear. Sus. Maybe she's more like a stage magician than a magus?
それは誤解です。
Oh? They're not appearing out of your body?
エミヤシロ、あなたは悪魔つきという言葉を知っていますか？
Oh. Demonic possession. 悪魔つき。鬼がかかっている。That's a term in ReZero. We also have demonic possession, but they say oni ga kakatteiru instead of akumatsuki. Okay, we're bringing in demons finally, or demonic possession, I guess.
悪魔つき?
Care to elaborate what that means? I mean, the wording is pretty obvious what it means, you know, bad presence takes over you, or you have something negative about you, a curse or something, but what exactly does that mean in the context of fate? I've heard of it. It's a kind of spiritual damage that's well known in the Western world. Okay. The Japanese equivalent would be something like being possessed by a fox or a dog spirit. I can understand fox, but a dog? I don't think I've ever heard of being possessed by a dog spirit. Which dog? I guess Komainu? No. Is there a mischievous dog? I don't know. Huh, dog spirit. Please feel free to elaborate if you have some knowledge regarding Japanese history for dog spirits. Other than Komainu, or, you know, the guarding ceiling lion dog, I don't really know what other Japanese dog type there would be. And I don't even know why a Komainu would possess you. Like, obviously there's Cerberus or Keroberos, like Japanese would say, but I don't think that's what they're referring to. A non-human something invades a human and starts destroying them from the inside, similar to a curse. There we go, yeah. And that links back to Avenger. The symptoms are too numerous to describe, but in the Western world, they are all caused by the concept of demons. Akuma. Yeah, not Oni, Akuma. Although, those are kinda interchangeable. Demonic possession in the Fate world is spiritual damage. Something possesses you and starts destroying you from the inside, similar to a curse. Okay. For reasons unknown to humankind, demons tend to possess people who are considered virtuous. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, I like that. Compared to the Japanese concept of possession, which is based on the will of the curse caster, the Western one has no will at all. It's a phenomenon that occurs similar to a traffic accident. Damn. Those who are possessed are often ordinary virtuous men. Their minds are eroded by the demons who enter them. They disparage morality and teachings of God, and they terrorize those around them. Damn. Not by direct violence, but by showing them what raw, ugly creatures humans become just by being stripped of reason. My only real, foray into Western mythology is a couple children's tales, or I guess they're not children's tales, but tales everyone has heard. Plus, then I've seen 8 seasons of Supernatural, which has a lot of stuff, to be fair. So, I have some knowledge from there, but I'm not overall very knowledgeable regarding Western mythos. I would like to learn. Oh, yeah. Those are only the initial symptoms, however. And that's a late stage symptom. Those who have been afflicted for a while won't be corrupted on the mental level alone. You know what this reminds me of? Shiro, when swords are bursting from his body. A severe case of a possession causes a change even in outward appearance. The formless thing that possessed the victim will try to project itself upon the human body. Ooh. The change begins from developing the level of body control that is unthinkable for a normal human being, and ends with the mutation of body parts. Yeah. Starts out mental, but when the mental is eroded enough, it starts affecting physical change too. And that's not just a fantasy fairy tale. It I'm not too familiar with the whole concept, but if you don't take care of yourself mentally, that can start showing up physically as well, bags under the eyes, although that's more likely than not to do with diet and sleep schedule and amount of sunlight you receive, but still those are related. And just overall hygiene, if you don't care to take care of yourself, that will definitely start showing warts on your body and wrinkly and or dry skin, etc. Those might be the origins of what seems like possession. People who are not playing along with the rules of society, seemingly, who do not care to make themselves social creatures, might seem different from the others, so people might have started calling them being possessed by demons or something. The changes depend on the class of the thing. The stronger the demon is, the further away from human the victim transforms. Sure. But, fortunately, a demon cannot be resurrected in a human body. Okay, that's cool lore. That's cool lore. A person who is possessed will be forced into an unnatural transformation and simply die as a result. Damn. Well, not so cool. the Western depicted demons all look rather weird. Yeah. 2 heads, hooves, or limbs arranged into the shape of a hexagram. Definitely not something a human with only 1 set of arms and legs could imitate. Yeah. However, they say there are some rare cases of humans who can resist the transformation. Yeah. It's similar to how magi that crave knowledge can become vampires. Oh, yay, that's interesting. There are apparently heretics who extend their lifespan by making use of the thing that continues to devour the blueprint known as their soul. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. One thing that comes to mind immediately is Vlad the Impaler from Fate Apocrypha. Obviously, he probably didn't do that to extend his soul or extend his life, but you know, he's linked to blood. Oh, obviously Carmilla, yeah, or Elizabeth Bathory, yeah. Then this woman.
それも誤解です。
Oh?
関係のない話ですが、私の仕事はエクソシストの助手でした。
Oh, they're actually using the English word instead of the usual Japanese daikosha.
私は悪魔に取り憑かれたことなどないし、この先も取り憑かれることはないでしょう。
Interesting, then what the hell is going on with your body?
魔の温床は健全な肉体です。私の体では彼らは目を拭くことができないのですから。
You don't have a healthy body? I mean, obviously you have white hair, but that's... So that makes me think homunculus, but obviously it could just be because you are working for the church and are holy or special in some way.
ならなんで悪魔つきなんて言い出すんだ?
Or maybe there's no reason at all and it's just an anime thing, you know. Yeah.
あんたの体悪魔つきって言うんなら割と納得いくんだけどな。
ポルカミセーリア。
Okay. Miseria is probably misery.
なんか今すごく口汚いこと言わなかったか？
せっかちな人ねと言ったのよ。
Ah.
本題はこの後です。
Is that so?
おとなしく聞いてください。
Let me Google Porca Miseria. I feel like she lied to us. I'm not sure. Maybe I shouldn't Google it. Porca Miseria. Meaning. Porca miseria is a popular way to swear in Italian, but it is not considered vulgar. It's composed by 2 words, porca, from porco, which means pig. Sure, yeah, I kind of figured that might have been the case. Plus miseria, which is poverty or misery. It's used to express frustration or anger towards someone or something. This fucking pig.
悪魔つきは様々な霊障を引き起こします。
Okay.
ラップ音、ポルターガイストといった周囲への干渉から取り付いた人体への干渉。
Poltergeist I'm familiar with, yeah.
それは悪魔の温床となった人間にのみ発現する病と言えるでしょう。ウイルスのように周囲の人間には広がらない毒です。
Ooh, a virus is a nice example. Okay.
当たり前だろ。つきものが風邪のように空気感染していたら今頃まっとうな人間はいなくなる。
Damn.
そうですね。けれど霊感の強い人間が魔を感知できるように魔に疲れた人間に近づいただけで 同じ霊障を起こしてしまう人間もいます。
Ooh, okay. Okay.
率直に言って私のことですが、
Yeah, I figured.
私は悪魔と呼ばれるものに近づくと、その悪魔が起こす霊障を再現する得意体質者です。
Oh shit. Whenever I get near something that is possessed by what is said to be an evil spirit, my own body will produce the exact same symptoms that the demon would have caused. And the only moment where we've seen Caren produce the things from her body is when she's dying near us, or when she is near us. Oh, cool. Well, that's, Shiro, how are we feeling? Shiro maybe is the cause of it all, after all.
飛逆霊媒体質と私の師は言っていました。
Masochistic pneumatic automatism diathesis. Damn. My body will respond in kind whenever I see something painful happening to someone else or something bad. Damn. Yeah, sure. No pause or hesitation. Yeah, Shiro, did you understand what she said? Caren has just said something that might send me into a major depression if I think about it too hard. Yeah.
何？要するに悪魔の近くに行くと悪魔になるってこと？
頭の悪い回答ですが、正解としておきましょう。
Sure.
正しくは自動的に魔の霊障を再現するということです。
Automatic reproduction of spiritual damage of demonic origin. Also, that's a very cool way of explaining it, first of all. I like it. I love it. But secondly, that kinda mirrors what, well, the supposed, fuck, why am I forgetting the word? Ultimate ability of Avenger is. Whereby he has to take damage and then give it to someone else. That kind of mirrors that. You're just reproducing someone else's damage. Okay. Interesting, to say the very least. That's a new connection.
例えば、あなたが風邪に感染したとします。
Sure.
まだ発病は先なので、少し体が重い程度だとしましょう。
Sure.
そういう人の近くに行くと、私はその病気が起こすであろう病状を発現します。
So, if we put this in simpler terms, you act as a radar of sorts for evil spirits. You can detect them before they fully manifest.
言ってしまえば、病人が2人に増えるということです。
Yeah, that's a drawback. But in essence, you can sense something and before it manifests in the worst way possible and hopefully prevent it. That's the idea.
あなたには危害を加えてしまったようですが、根本的に人に迷惑をかける体質ではありません。どうぞ、今後は気にしないように。
Do not worry, huh?
どうぞって言われてもな。まあ、元から気にしてないけど、騙し討ちはなしだぞ。なんか、あんたに近づくと痛い目を見るって体が怖がってる。
そうでしょうね。私は慢性的な悪魔つきですから。あなたならともかく、怪物が近くに来れば影響を受ける。怖いのなら、怪物が近くにいるときは私から離れることです。
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Also, let me just make it clear, since I might have seemed like I understood things in the wrong way previously. I just now thought about it. I did not think that it is guaranteed that the source comes from Shiro. It's just previously we saw the monsters manifesting in the mountain area, and then they started sprouting from Caren. So like, it doesn't mean that the source is Shiro. It's just there happened to be monsters around, and then they started sprouting from Caren as well. Yeah. But I'll definitely keep it in mind that it could be Shiro. Yeah, yourself aside, huh? I don't understand it, but this is one bit of advice I should probably follow. Yes. Since the presence of monsters will have an effect. If you find this prospect frightening, you shall do well by staying away from me whenever they are nearby. Alright. Unless things get serious, let's try to not get too close. Oh, this does make things curious though, because the one time we've seen, well, we haven't seen Caren and Bazette and Avenger in the same scene, but we have seen Bazette in this area where Caren should be, in the church grounds, and Bazette just left the area as if she was fully hollow. That's interesting. Either they tried to fight against Caren and things went horribly wrong and she was just left feeling empty, or Avenger tried to do something, it manifested into Caren and backfired horribly, or somehow Caren or somehow something affected and just fully emptied Bazette, or made Bazette be demonically possessed or something or other, and that's why she looked so empty. Shell of a woman, as they would say. Hollow, as they would say. Very cool. We're getting very close to the theme so far. Well, the title of the game, Hollow Ataraxia. What does ataraxia mean again? I need to Google that again. I think it was like something divine related, right? Ataraxia meaning. No? Come on. Go back. Ataraxia, a state of serene calmness. Right. Unperturbedness. Right. Tranquility. Yeah. Okay. So not divine related, but you know. Okay. Yeah. Fake peace. Right. That's how I. Yeah. That's what I likened to it before. Fake peace. Randomly hurting each other is no good. Oh, sorry, did I not read? Understand it, but this is one bit of advice I should probably follow, yeah? Alright, unless things get serious, let's try to not get too close. Randomly hurting each other is no good, yeah.
じゃあ、あの時は
おそらくあの怪物の霊障を再現したのでしょう。あれらは濃度は落ちていますが、悪魔に連なる者たちのようですから。
Sure. I mean, the simplest answer right now is just it all just links and comes from Avenger. And, you know, because we know he's kind, that the source. Angramainu was, at least in Fate Zero, described the source of all evil in the world, so, you know. In other words, if they aren't near, she won't go nuts either? Probably not. Look at her blushing. If so, would those monsters' symptoms be creation of the same monster? Ooh. Multiplication by itself, via itself.
私の体質のことはこれでいいでしょう。
Okay.
質問を続けてはいかがですか？
Sure, that was very insightful. Let's get on to the third question.
じゃあ最後、3つ目。町の異常について聞きたい。
Ooh, good one.
どうしてかは知らないが、聖杯がまた出てきた。
Whether it is due to Rin shenanigans or Bazette or Avenger or maybe even Shiro or Gilgamesh, we don't yet know fully.
そいつをめぐって聖杯戦争が再開したと俺たちは思っていた。
Yeah.
けどこの戦いは曖昧でどこかおかしい。登坂はこれが再開ではなく再現だと言った。
Sure.
仮に聖杯を欲しがっているマスターがいるとしてもだ。こんな終わりのない戦いを続けて何がしたいんだ？
Yeah, that's a good question. As far as we know, our best guess is that one line we got about it isn't about winning the war, it's about continuing to fight. Just continuation of fighting, an endless fight.
ですから戦いを続けたいのでしょ？
There we go, okay.
終わってしまった第5次聖杯戦争を続けること。この町の異常はすべてそれを起点にして起こっている。
Okay, I mean, she says it so clearly, so I guess we'll take it as at the face value right now and proceed with that as our full clear-cut answer. Obviously, we'll still keep an open mind if it is something else in the end, but sure, let's go with that for now. Since it seems to be so clearly spelled out. To continue fighting is the reason why this Holy Grail War was reproduced.
何かがおかしいなどという言葉がおかしいのです。
Something is wrong in itself.
この町はすべてがおかしい。何者かの願いによって偽りの4日間が作られているのです。
Okay. The woman of the church who has come to investigate says it's all because of someone's wish. But it's interesting that it's manifesting this way because, like, these kinds of wishes should only happen when someone gets the grail and gets to ask for a wish. Yeah. Like, obviously, we are heavily alluding that it is Bazette and or Avenger. But honestly, I could see it still being Kirei or Shiro even. Because they were both present at the end of at each route in Stay Night with the Grail. So the Grail has already been used after all.
じゃあ全部偽物ってことなのか？
That's funny because I was no, it doesn't show me there. I was watching a Nisemonogatari video just now and he said Nisemono. Ooh. Heartbeat. For a brief moment, I feel as if I'm about to die. Oh no. Oh no. All fake. Faker. The second those words leave my mouth, the despair alone almost kills me. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Wow. Just for the sake of something fake, we've died so many times. That's an idea. Ooh. There's something else that I'm missing. Not real. I don't know. I'll just let Shiro explain. It's as if all the heat in the universe has instantly dissipated. Oof.
いいえ、偽物は一人だけよ。
Oh. What's fake is only one person. I mean, it was described when we entered the scene that you are someone who shouldn't exist.
たとえこの4日間がありえない日常だとしても、登場人物さえ揃っていれば、それは現実にも起こり得ることなのですから。戦いが再現されているという前提は間違いでも、そこで起きた出来事は幻ではありません。
While the premise of a restarted war is a mistake, the events that occur within it are no illusion. This brings me back to the idea I presented like once quickly at the quite early stages of this game, is what if the entirety of Fugi is just inside a gigantic reality marble? I mean, it doesn't have to be, it could just be that the Grail is providing this situation. Or someone's very powerful magic.
この日々は真実です。
Okay.
あなたの日常はこの4日間が終わっても正しく続いていく。
Okay.
エミやシローが失うものは何もない。
Ooh, is feeling relieved. Pretty sure it isn't me. But, oh well. That's a weird sentence. Those are weird lines. There is no falsehood in her words. It's definitely true. These are such weird lines. We were just talking about falsehood and hollowness. Now you're bringing that her words have no falsehood. They are definitely true. Is the game trying to do something here? My ready-to-die self has sparked back to life again. Okay. Yeah. So according to her, even at the end of these 4 days, Emieshiro will not necessarily die. He will continue living, but you know, we the player or the next Shiro will feel like the other person either died or we have to continue doing this until we resolve it. Is that what we're going with? Maybe.
そうか、よかった。これが続くなら、あとはこの4日間を何とかするだけだ。それで、あんたは聖杯戦争の再現とは関わりはないんだな。
I don't think so.
主に誓って。
Okay.
話は前後しましたが、私の目的はあなたと同じです。
Sure.
聖杯の調査と冬季の町の平穏。
Fuyuki's tranquility. Ataraxia, one could say.
この2つを果たすため、あなたに協力してあげます。
Sure, I think that's fine, right? Except being near her might lead to our untimely demise, but you know.
もっとも、協力といっても、情報を提供するだけですが。
Okay, that might seem more realistic, yeah?
ここでは私は物事を変えられない。
Ooh.
解決できるのは、第5次聖杯戦争に参加したあなただけです。
Why? Why? Well, sure.
なんでだ？いや、あんたが部外者っていうのはわかるよ。聖杯戦争を終わらせられるのは参加しているやつだけっていうのもうなずける。
Sure, from that point of view, yeah.
けど、それがなんで俺限定なんだ？遠坂でも桜でもマスターなら勝ち抜けば。
これは第5次聖杯戦争の再現です。前回の勝者はあなただった。
I mean, yeah.
そういった意味で、この戦いを司るのはあなたです。
I see, okay. I see.
エミやシローだけが第5次聖杯戦争を終わりにできる。
Okay, we'll just roll with it. You know, game saying you are the protagonist, you should do it. You should solve this. Yeah. I still believe that Shiro, Rin or Sakura could solve it, but you know, I guess we'll do it.
いいですか？この再現を解決したいのなら、それは願った者が自ら聖杯を放棄するか、
Ooh.
前回通り勝者たるあなたがその人物を倒さなければならないということです。
Okay. That gives me a new question. Because the one time we saw that we fought against Bazette and Avenger, it gave us the impression that that was the first time they managed to defeat us, which would imply that all other times they tried to attack us, we had emerged victorious, which would mean we would have won the fight against them, which would have mean we would have gotten the grail from them if it was on them. Right? I mean, obviously not necessarily, but you know, more likely than not, if we had defeated them in the past, or in previous incarnations, then it is likely that we would have gotten the grail and would have been able to end it. So that makes me think that the grail is not on Bazette and Avenger. The one who we haven't fought at all is Gilgamesh, though. So, you know, and Caren as well. Well, we kind of fought against Caren, but not really. More like just encountered. Suspicious. Obviously, we haven't fought against ourselves either, but...
なんか言葉遊びみたいだけど、
Mm.
これが第五次聖杯戦争の再現である以上、結末も同じように俺が勝つことにしないとダメってこと？
Ooh, okay.
ええ。これは聖杯と聖杯の戦い。
Conflict between holy grails.
上級の魔術は概念と概念の戦いになります。
I love that.
どちらが強者なのかではなく、どちらがほころびのないルールを有しているかの計り合いになる。
I love that because Fate, even though Fate has always been like a pretty action-oriented, you know, series, it's also one with surprising depth in its, you know, concepts and themes and rules, so that's really fun. This is a high-level magic battle between concepts. That's fun. That's very fun. Yeah.
私には聖杯という秩序を論破するだけの力はない。
I do not possess sufficient magic to defeat the system.
助言者として介入するのが精一杯。戦いに参加したくとも言葉の決まりに阻まれてしまうのです。
Ooh, okay. Sounds like she's got her hands tied. Yeah.
納得いった。とりあえず礼は言っとくぜ。
Sure, okay.
何をすればいいか分かったからな。
I think Shiro's come around and is not rude towards her anymore. I stand up. I've asked enough and it's about time for me to go. I want to hurry back to the city.
もう行くのですか？
Aww.
まだ聞くべきことはあるでしょうに。
Yeah, but that'll come later, probably.
あるけど、あんた知らないだろ。
Oh.
聖杯に願いをかけたやつの居場所とか、怪物たちの消し方とか。そっちは自分で探すからいいよ。小難しい話は犯人を見つけて直接聞き出せばいい。もうあんたにも教会にも用はない。
Damn. Karen closed her eyes, damn. But based on the initial prompt of this is the first time, I assume we're gonna come here to ask questions later again, so... I wave and head out. Please, Karen, I beg of you. Please, say the line. Say the Kirei line. Yorokobe shonen. Probably not. This church has always given me a headache. I don't want to stay for too long. Frankly, I don't want to have anything to do with this woman either. Damn. Oh?
一つだけ質問があります。
She did say that she might have one question now.
あなたの問いには答えたのですから、一つぐらいは付き合ってください。
Ooh, okay. How can I possibly refuse, yeah?
じゃあできるだけ手短にな。
Hey, why isn't she talking? Ooh.
おい、質問があるんだろ。言えよ。
まったく。今日は前に比べて乱暴なのね。
Last few times. Yeah, that part is still a mystery. Why do you have memories of resets? Or, other times? And it isn't the first time, yeah, as we thought. To us it is, but
Huh?
Huh? My mind goes blank for a moment. Yeah, it's always the naive protagonist who thinks they are, when they realize they are in a time loop, thinking that it is the first time they are encountering something, when in fact it's probably the 100 millionth time. Was that her question?
前に比べてっていつだよ。
あなたが知っている私との出会いです。公園や山で出会った時のあなたは、もう少し紳士的でした。
Okay, I thought you meant coming here to ask questions, but okay. It's not a question. She's only complaining. Not only is there no way of reading her feelings, her thought process is also hard to handle. No, I think it's pretty obvious to see. You were not rude towards her on the first time you wanted to save her, and on the second time you overcame a crisis together with her. But here on the third time you're just being way too rude.
今日は気が立ってんだよ。場所が悪いんだよ、場所が。
Sure, dude, sure.
教会以外でならもう少しマシになる。
そうですか。日中、私はここにしかいられません。夜に出会えるのは4日目の終わりだけですから。あなたとの関係はこのままということですね。
Unlucky. Poor Caren. Oh.
そうなんだ。けど心配するな。どのみちもうここには寄りつかない。
Well. Oh, she's sulking. This time I'm really leaving the church. Really, I always get halted like this when I'm here. True. The door closes. The end. That's why I don't want to associate with her. Who the hell asked her to pray for my safety? Aww. I mean, look. If she does that, it makes it seem like I'm out of luck or something. Damn. Sadly, no Yorokope Shonen. Okay, that is that. I think we're gonna leave it here, but let me just actually check. Is there any, what's the next thing that can occur? Nothing during the night? Maybe on the end of the 4th? Nothing here. We'll start a new run and check the morning of the 8th. Temple use. Okay, and that's an exclamation point. Okay. 9th noon. Okay. Anything else? Just one scene at a time we're going now, huh? And they're all exclamation points because we've done every other thing in the game. That's fun. And the 11th afternoon. Nothing. And nothing even on the 11th night. Okay. Cool. Let me just make sure. Okay, I was like, does it start a new interlude thing? But no. Nothing here. Oh, there is a new one. Okay. We won't do that yet. Let's do the caster one next because, you know, it would have come next and I just did a loop for no reason. So yeah, we'll pretend as if we haven't seen that yet, and we'll do the caster one first, and then on the next run we'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. So that's on the 9th, but we'll do that next time. It was on the morning or daytime or afternoon? Yeah, afternoon. There we go. Yeah, we'll do that next time. Save and title. Boom. And this time we only managed to do 1, but that's probably fine. Holy shit! We did 1, but we got 0.7 from it. Have we always gotten 0.7 from the exclamation points? Because normally we've gotten 0.4 per. I mean, I guess that was a longer one, but you know. Huh. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, anyways, let's leave it here. Patreon early access up to 2 weeks. Links down in the description. Cool. See ya.